not being able to be friends with Gunna. That's why you had 21 saying, bro, fuck that shit. We just watched you cry.
Yeah.
Bust out in tears because since we do street, listen, let's keep it real. Once when we in a crew and one of our crewmates break bad, that hurts us because that's our crewmate, right? But at the same time, once that violation happens, it's you for life. We moving on. We ain't got time to sit back and cry over spilled milk. You bold, it hurts us. We should sad. They can sit up there and cry.
Yeah, but you can't say that though, man. Sometimes,
I can't say what.
Some people relationship is a little different.
I know niggas who killed their own family members. I know niggas killed their own brother when they suspected their brothers had turned rat. I know niggas who killed their own cousins. I know niggas who killed their own best friends. Because if it's me or you enjoyed the profits and you enjoyed the success we having, but when law enforcement come along, you trying to break bad. I know right now in this city who have killed their own brothers, cousins, god brothers, and best friends when they discovered or even thought their best friends had turned bold or their cousins or brothers had turned bold. Ain't no excuse for that kind of shit. I'm telling you, this shit on Big Bank and cried because he couldn't get back in his groove because he could no longer associate with his mans because his mans had turned rat. So you so emotional about your friendships with these niggas that you can't do what made you a millionaire because you so distraught about this nigga being a rat. Hey, listen, think about it. Everybody was waiting on Thug to come home. Thug can't speak on whether or not Gunna is a rat or what Gunna is official or not because he locked up and still fighting this case. Now, we now know that it was Thug telling Dirk and everybody else, don't f with dog a rat. Make a song dissing. You hear me? You did all that. You told people, you gave people their marching orders. 21, he a rat. Baby, he a rat. Dirk, he a rat. He told the biggest motherfuckers in the hip hop, in the entertainment game, that rat, don't f with him. And then you come home and do your first big interview and you crying like a bitch ass about not being able to f with the nigga who you told everybody else not to f with. That's insanity. And it shows you how stupid these is. And it really exemplifies and it showcases that those are not supposed to be nobody's heroes. Those are not supposed to be at the forefront of what's going on in black culture, whether it's entertainment, politics, or nothing. Look at this. You so emotionally weak that you can't get yourself together after you told everybody you shunned this. Come on now. You told them. If you would say, okay, listen, Gun, I know you did some whole shit, but I've been covering up for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell everybody that I told you to do what you did because there wasn't no sense of two superstars being locked up. And because I know that you ain't had shit to do with the funk and the beef on the floor, like everybody else know that you ain't got shit to do with that shit. So I'm going to lie for you again and tell the general public, hey, I told him to take that cop. I told him to say that shit. I told him to do it because there wasn't no sense of both me and him, who are the major breadwinners in our crew, sitting back, suffering at the hands of this indictment. He could have easily said that, and the general public would have fell back in love with Gunna again. Not that they haven't fell in love with him again.
Yeah,
because
but
despite, despite all that, he told Dirk, 21 Savage, Lil Baby, and everybody else who was influenced by or cool with him not to f with Gunna. Gunna came out here and went crazy. So out of all the sabotaging he tried to do with Gunna, all you did was turn him up even more. You know why? Because the general, he could have said, hey, I told Gunna to do that shit. The general public would have ate it up. Because the general public is a general.
His reputation would have been even more credit you lit, because they would have been like, that's
He
100.
masterminded that.
Yeah.
He masterminded that. Yeah, I told Gunna, because listen, what Savage say? Savage said, we all know that Gunna wasn't laying like that. We already know that Gunna was flawed because we covered up the fact that he told the first time.
Yeah, but he never, I don't never recall Gunna even marketing himself as a street
He didn't have
dude.
to. He didn't have to because of his
But I'm saying, like, even with that, like, where does the past come in, man? Like, just because a person rap, you can't tie them into street activity,
that's not true, because Gunna was running with the thugs.
Okay.
So it's not like that. It's not like when you have, like for example, a Rick Ross and a Wale situation.
Right.
Rick Ross and Meek Mills was the
street guys.
The street guys. Yeah. And Wale was the conscious guy, the J. Cole was the crew, right? So motherfuckers didn't necessarily associate what Rick Ross and Meek Mill's politic was with Wale. Yeah. He was a separate entity.
He separated. They did music, but you didn't really see them hanging.